Warning: Geeking Toyetic is a show aimed at the adult collector, and as such features adult language and humor that is not appropriate for younger audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Welcome, everybody, to a special episode of Geeking Toyetic. I'm your host, Larry Roberts, and who is this toy maniac here next to me? She's not usually here for a lot of the special Toyetic episodes.
I'm hoarding into your territory here.
Yeah.
I'm Megan Guest.
Well, I just thought it would be kind of fun. This is kind of a quick last-minute thing that we're doing because we got a box today. What is in this box? It is a package from Plaid Stallions. Now, we've talked plenty about Plaid Stallions on this channel. Of course, our buddy Brian is the grand mastermind behind Plaid Stallions, as well as an awesome show called Pod Stallions. And also, he is the creator of an amazing magazine that we've been following since the first issue came out a while back, and that is a magazine called Toy Ventures. Toy Ventures focuses primarily on toys from the kind of the golden age of collectible toys, so 60s, but 70s especially, 80s especially, and it delves into everything from Mego to G.I. Joe to Shogun Warriors to all kinds of horror and sci-fi and just like rack toys, knockoff toys. Brian really delves deep. This is not a magazine that's just going to tell you a lot of the same old. He really gets a lot of great info, and if you've been following me on this channel at all, you'll know that I've reviewed almost every issue. There's a few there's a few that I ended up not doing just because of time constraints and things like that, but every issue's been great. Every issue, in my opinion, has gotten better and better, and that's legit. You know, we're not being paid to do this. This is not a paid advertisement or anything like that. We're just fans.
So what's he up to?
So yeah, usually when I do this, it's just like in a thin envelope, you know. And then here
box.
Yeah, we've got a box, and the reason being is because when I made my order for issue number 10, there was also some other really cool stuff that Brian was offering for sale, because he's now dipped his toes into some other territories, and I'm really curious to see how it turned out. But I'm not even going to tell you what it is. We'll just reveal it when we get there.
Yeah, I don't even know what it is yet either. So would you open the box?
Yep. What's in the box?
What's in the box, man?
So if you're all ready, we're going to do some unboxing.
So precarious from over here. Get stabbed in the eye with a...
I'm not going to stab anybody in the eye. Relax. Seriously. Well, okay, maybe I will. Well, you're the one that got me scissors instead of a knife.
I couldn't find the knife. Like a knife would be any better.
So, first things first, I want to take a look at the magazine. And dun da da da, here we go. We have issue number 10. Issue number 10 of Toy Ventures. Oh, I love the smell.
It does smell very nice.
Yeah, I love the smell of Toy Ventures in the morning. Even though it's nighttime. It's got, first of all, I have to say, man, oh man, I've always liked the cover artwork on the Toy Ventures magazine, but it has gotten so much better even with each new issue. And this one, I've already seen it and admired it online. Man, this looks so cool. I love just the literal explosion going on of characters. We've got Pulsar there, which is awesome because you might recognize him that I recently added a vintage Pulsar into my collection. I hadn't had one since I was a kid. Oh, there's going to be so much good stuff in this issue. I'm going to delve into it, and we'll let you guys see at home close-ups of what we're looking at.
Oh, boy.
Right off the bat, we've got...
This is right up. Is that you? Is this a picture of you?
No, that's not me.
Oh.
Yeah, he's not blonde enough to be me. But yeah, I would have loved these Sesame Street finger puppets. We've got that going on. Look at all.
Oh, look at those.
Those are
How
great.
cute are those?
Those are great, and I remember these. I remember these. I think I had a couple of them. I definitely didn't have all of them, but yeah, I mean, look at that. And this is the kind of stuff that just isn't really covered, you know, all that much in other, you know, videos online and even in other toy magazines of the past, because I've been reading toy collector magazines since the early 90s, at least. And it's really cool to see this. So, like, we see a lot of, like, the typical Star Wars and, you know, Transformers and all that. And I, as anybody that watches us knows, I love that stuff. But I have a strong affinity for all this other stuff, too.
That's really cool.
Yeah, bionic bootleggers. So these are, like, bootleg, basically, like, bootleg bionic man type figures. El Hombre Bionico.
I love the layout of this. It reminds me of the toys I got when I was a kid. They had the little information cards on the back that you could cut out and keep with them.
Oh, they sure did. Of course, the G.I. Joes did.
This
The
is
Star
so
Trek.
cool.
The Star Trek.
The Star Trek guys did.
That was a really common thing for them. Even the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles figures had that on the back. Yeah, and you can see, like, here, like this, like Mike Power Atomic Man. Here's the one that I grew up with. Here's obviously like the knockoff version of it. Like, that's so cool. Look at this Maskatron type guy. What's with that face?
Planet of the Apes guy.
Yeah, right. Like, I love that. I love the fact that it's such a mashup. So it's like, it's a little bit G.I. Joe Adventure Team. It's a little bit Planet of the Apes. It's a little bit Bionic Man. So this is like a bunch of really super cool stuff. Then we get on to, again, one of my favorites and the cover boy, which is Pulsar, the ultimate man of adventure. I mean, I'll spend all day just talking about the toys in here. We don't have enough time for that. I gotta say that the layout here in the magazine, the way, not only is it got great photos and great information, but it's just so engaging. It kind of, you know, it reminds me of why you would get excited about these toys in the first place when you were a kid, because just like looking at the packaging, looking at the commercials, the TV commercials they would have for this stuff, and the colors and the design, especially in the 70s and 80s.
Yes.
It was so endearing and exciting, and this magazine captures that.
It really does.
Yep, and see, there's my Pulsar. That's the one I got, like that.
Sorry, that dude's creepy.
Well, it is creepy. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's the idea of being able to see your insides like that and the blood pumping through it does. It does make me kind of creeped out. But, and then Hypnos was the enemy. I never had Hypnos. I always wanted Hypnos. Super cool. And then we've got these. They're basically, gosh, they're almost like He-Man style.
I thought it was He-Man when you turned the page.
Yep, it's more weird offshoots, knockoffs. Guerreros del Manana. Just since I've been into the toy thing for forever, right? And just since I've started reading this magazine when it came out a while back with issue number 1, I've learned so much stuff that I never even knew about. Like, there was things, a lot of these foreign toys that came from outside the US, a lot of these knockoffs and bootlegs, and, you know, even like weird exclusives that came out only in like Spain and stuff like that. But they're official toys, but they only came out in another country. There's so much of this stuff that I never knew about, but from reading Toy Ventures, I found out, and which is both good and bad, because like I needed more
things to collect.
Yeah, exactly. More incentive to look for other things. It's really cool. Like, we've got the Leicester Vintage and Old Toy Shop.
The Matchbox cars.
About the Matchbox cars, and that's a great store over in the UK, and they've got a channel on YouTube that's really entertaining to watch, and now they're doing stuff. They're a feature here in the magazine as well. I highly encourage you to go check out their channel if you get a chance. Horror figures, and what's really cool about this, I'm excited to say, I have these.
Do you have all those?
I don't have
Oh no.
the mummy. Amigos del Terra, that's La Mumia, I would guess. Yeah, I don't have the mummy, but I have this Frankenstein and I have that Dracula, and I love those figures, man. Oh boy, and then we get into, they call him Slade, super agent. That's a cool figure, man. That's a really cool figure. I mean, look
at his face.
Yeah,
that is awesome.
That's a really good mold.
He's got all the cool costumes.
He does have cool costumes. And then we've got a feature that I always look forward to in here, Raymond Castile's Basement of Horror. Mm-hmm. And he's got, what is this? Give me back my big bat. Oh, Gregory. Of course, if he's going to have bats in here, he's got to have Gregory or Gregory. And I wanted that thing so bad when I was a kid, but at the same time, it was really creepy to me, so I didn't really push for it. But I thought it was pretty cool. I didn't know anybody that had.
What is this translucent chest thing? Ugh.
It was a big thing, yeah.
Apparently.
And apparently back in the late 70s, kids really wanted to be able to see insides of things. Then we get into...
Now we have the apes, actual apes.
Yeah, we've got, because this has been an ongoing thing that they've been doing every month, features in here about the Planet of the Apes. So we've got Migo Goes Ape.
Look at these old ads. Those are so cool.
Isn't it? Yeah, I love those. I've always been a big fan. Anybody, if you go on the Plaid Stallions Facebook page and Pod Stallions page, Toy Ventures, we're always sharing or looking at these old ads and coupons and stuff like that. It's really cool to see them in here to get, as you're reading the article, to kind of get a context of what these things were going for back then and how.
Yeah, whole Migo figure for $2.99. Wow.
I mean, $2.99 was actually even.
I think that's on a sale.
Yeah.
What is that? $4.19.
Yeah, that might have been Canadian, because obviously Brian's from Canada.
Okay.
Because Canada's a little more expensive. Because man, I remember getting Planet of the Apes and stuff for like $1.99.
Oh wow, really?
$2.49. So this is even a little bit on the high side there. And then of course, as I was just raving about in the last Toyetic episode and everything, because I got the new Super Joe Unlimited figure, we have the ongoing focus that Toy Ventures has been doing, the Toy Ventures Guide to Super Joe, and this is the vintage Super Joe. And this is getting into, looks like cool, like old paraphernalia catalog things and letters like fan club, if you joined like the collector club fan club thing. Yeah, Super Joe gifts, a membership card. I didn't have any of this when I was a kid, but I could tell you right now, I would have loved to have been in the Super Joe adventure team, because I was the target for Super Joe. I was 4 years old that Christmas when Super Joe came out, and I adored Super Joe. Oh, Brian's got ads for his Mall of Justice moment, this project he's been working on about mall appearances, and a thing about Super Joe, and then a thing about TURA Satana. This is a new joint thing that PlaidStallions.com and WhiteElephantToys.com has been working on, and as it happens, I should have one of those figures right here.
Oh, look at her.
The box. This is super cool. To my knowledge, there's never been a figure made in any way, not just like in this particular design, but I don't think there's ever been any kind of
oh boy, look at her.
Of her. And isn't that cool?
She's got tood. She got the mole. Is that a mole on her face too? They even got the mole. Look at that.
Yeah.
She's pretty badass.
Yeah. That is super cool, man. I think that looks great. That's a great figure. They did a really good job.
Yeah, look at that. She looks awesome.
Right.
I need that outfit.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool outfit. Brian, I think you did a great job, man. I know this was like a massive labor of love for him to get this done, and it required a lot of time and a lot of work and patience and back and forth, but
yeah, it was worth it. She's amazing.
Yeah, this is super duper cool.
I didn't expect her to look that good.
No, that looks really, really
the expression
good.
On her face and her gloves, the belt, the hair.
Lenzner artwork that's on the box, man. That's awesome. You know, sometimes I just leave things in the box, but this looks too good to be left in the box, so I think I'll have to take her out. And then I think last but not least, there should be one more little thing in here. A couple of little things in here. One of the things that I saw that Brian and the Toy Ventures gang had available was this awesome pin of the Mego Dracula art. Now, anybody that collects the Mad Monsters from the early 70s that Mego put out would recognize this artwork immediately. I have always loved that artwork. Again, as great as the figures are, those boxes that came with the Mad Monsters were fantastic. So I had to get this pin, man. That's super cool. And then we just got a really cool postcard in here with the Toy Ventures issue 10 artwork on there. That's awesome in and of itself. I would definitely display that. And then the bonus that came...
look at that.
Yeah, the bonus that came with the magazine, if you ordered the magazine early, is always Toy Ventures magazine comes with like some like little bonus thing. You remember my little
glider?
The Dr. Rock glider and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, there's always something really cool. Well, this time we got an awesome patch. It's a round patch of the Amigos del Terror, those figures that I have, well, except the mummy. I'm still trying to find that mummy, but I have Frankie and Drac. So the fact that I now have a patch of that's awesome. And this is just the kind of stuff that, again, you don't find this stuff anywhere, you know? Like, this is, I get that it's very niche. It's like, you know, it's appealing to a very certain kind of collector, and probably a lot of us are sort of in the same age bracket, but I think it's also exposing a lot of people, because I know I've seen a lot of people online that are younger and maybe weren't as well steeped in a lot of these particular kinds of toys as I am, or Brian and our kind are, and everything. And I've seen a lot of people go, man, I never knew how much cool stuff was out there. They didn't know that these kind of figures were out there, and it's garnered a lot of like new attention, which is bad in the fact that now we've got more people competing to find this stuff. But you know what? That's okay. That's perfectly okay. I'm happy to see more people sharing their love and interest in these kinds of toys and these topics. Everybody involved with putting Toy Ventures together, you guys did a great job, as you always have.
Even they packaged it well.
Oh, everything. Yeah.
Nothing is damaged here.
No.
That's usually your biggest gripe.
Oh, yeah. I go on about that.
Not even the postcard is damaged, guys.
Everything.
It is pristine.
Well, and that's what happens, because I know Brian does all this stuff himself, man. He spends, I see your posts, Brian. I know how much time you're spending just packaging these things and getting them to the post and getting them out and all that kind of stuff. It's a lot of work. And for me, that really makes a big impression on me in terms of, it's great on its own, you know, like all this stuff is great. If I didn't know anybody behind who was making this figure or this magazine or this patch or button or anything like that, or pin, I would still be completely in awe of it. But the fact that I know how much personal blood, sweat, and likely tears goes into trying to get all this stuff done and done right, and from the very first step to getting it mailed out to people, it matters a lot, and I think it matters to a lot of other people. So I'm encouraging all of you out there, if you're into this stuff, if you're curious about it, I will have the links on the screen of where to go to buy this stuff, to check it out. There's plenty of ways to like check it out even before you buy it. There's all sorts of really cool previews. There's a lot of people talking and posting about this, in addition to videos like this one and other ones that I know other fans are putting out of this stuff. I highly encourage you to go and check it out and look into what all these guys, Brian and Ray and all of them, are doing here, because man, it's a lot of fun. And that's it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe so you know when we go live.
Yes. We desperately need subscribers, please. Please. We just want somebody to talk to. And join us in the Geeking Squad group on Facebook, because we post about all this stuff and all sorts of other fun stuff like that, and it's free to join. So,
yep.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you then.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.